In 1979, Ethan Carter made a decision that would change everything. By adopting 9 black girls. Here's where they are now 46 years later. Before we get into this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. And let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Now let's continue. That year, Ethan's world had fallen into a quiet void. His wife, Claire, had passed away 2 years earlier, leaving their once joyful home eerily still. At 34, Ethan spent his nights alone at the kitchen table, staring at the same peeling wallpaper, the ticking clock filling the silence, reminding him of all that was lost. The townspeople urged him to move on, find someone new, start fresh. But Ethan couldn't. There was a promise Claire had made, a soft whisper in the hospital as she grew weaker. "Don't let love die with me. Give it somewhere to go." That promise pulled him to St. Mary's orphanage one rainy evening. It hadn't been his plan to stop there. His truck had just broken down nearby. But as he sought shelter, the sound of babies crying echoed through the building, pulling him toward a narrow hallway. In a small room, cribs were shoved together in rows, each holding a tiny dark-skinned girl with big brown eyes, reaching out for someone, anyone. Their cries didn't blend into one, but a desperate chorus, uneven and full of need. A nurse noticed him standing there, frozen. "They came together," she said softly, her voice barely audible. "Left on church steps, no names, no notes, just 9 babies wrapped in the same blanket." Ethan couldn't tear his eyes away. 9 innocent lives abandoned. The nurse's voice dropped lower. "No one wants them. People come in hoping for 1 or 2, but never all. They'll be split up eventually." Would he be able to keep his promise? Would these girls stay together? The word separate hit him like a blow. He remembered Claire's promise, her belief that love needed a place to grow. He thought about how she always said family wasn't about blood, it was about choice. Ethan's voice quivered when he finally spoke. "What if someone takes them all?" The nurse chuckled, shaking her head. "All 9? Sir, no one can raise 9 babies alone. Not without money. People will think you're crazy." But Ethan wasn't listening anymore. He stepped closer to the cribs and one tiny fist, clenched tightly, reached toward him. Her eyes locked onto his as if she already knew him. Another baby stretched her hand toward his sleeve. A third smiled, gums shining through. Something inside Ethan shifted. The weight he'd carried for so long turned into something new. Something alive. Responsibility. "I'll take them," Ethan whispered. The paperwork was a battle. Social workers called it reckless. Family members called him a fool. Neighbors, peering from behind drawn curtains, muttered, "What's a white man doing with 9 black babies?" Some whispered darker things. They warned him about the money he didn't have, the ridicule, the ruin. But Ethan didn't flinch. He sold his truck, his tools, even Claire's jewelry. He begged for extra shifts at the factory, patched roofs on weekends, took late-night work at a diner. Every dollar went to formula, diapers, cribs he built himself. The house was chaos. Sleepless nights, boiling bottles, laundry lines sagging under 9 sets of clothes. He learned to braid hair clumsily. He learned which lullaby soothed which child. He learned to count their breaths in the dark when fear kept him awake. And with each passing day, the whispers grew louder. Parents in the park pulled their kids closer. Strangers stared as he shopped. Once, a man spat at Ethan's feet, muttering, "You'll regret this." But regret never came. Instead, moments did. The first time all 9 girls laughed together, a sound so pure it shook the walls. The sight of them crawling down the hallway in a line like a living train. The weight of 9 tiny bodies curled up against him after a storm knocked the power out. They were his and he was theirs. Ethan knew the world would always question him, always doubt him. But as he looked at the 9 girls who filled his once empty house, he knew one thing for sure. He had given love a place to go. The years that followed tested Ethan in ways no one could have prepared for. Raising 1 child was hard. Raising 9 alone was a battle. His hands were rough from long hours, his body sore from lifting, chasing, and carrying. But his heart grew stronger. Each girl found her own rhythm, her own light. Lily had the loudest laugh, while Ella hid behind him, clinging to his shirt whenever strangers came near. Zoe and Gift, forever sneaking cookies, made the kitchen their playground. Emma, always gentle, placed a hand on her sister's shoulder during arguments. Ivy, quiet but strong, was the first to walk. Natalie, Rachel, and little Deborah never left each other's side, their games turning the house into a non-stop hum of energy. To the outside world, they were the Carter Nine. Some whispered the name with awe, others with suspicion, but to Ethan they were simply his daughters. But the judgment didn't stop. At school drop-offs, mothers whispered, "What's his angle? Why would a white man adopt 9 black girls?" Some said he was looking for attention. Others questioned his morals, even his sanity. Ethan never answered. How long could Ethan withstand the constant scrutiny before it began to break him? He kept showing up, bagged lunches in hand, hair neatly braided, shoes he'd scrimped and saved for weeks to buy. Money was tight. He often went without meals to stretch the groceries. His shirts were patched so many times they barely held together. And at night, when the house finally quieted, he'd sit at the kitchen table, bills piled high like a battlefield, his hands pressed to his forehead. Yet he never let his daughters see the weight of it. When they looked at him, they saw strength. And that strength fueled him in return. There were also moments of Maya, those quiet threads that bound them together in ways blood never could. Birthdays with cakes that collapsed halfway through. Christmas mornings when 9 eager hands tore through gifts wrapped in old newspapers. Nights spent under the stars, all of them huddled together on a single blanket in the backyard, as Ethan shared stories about Claire, the mother they never knew but felt in every sacrifice he made. Against all odds, the girls grew, not just in height but in heart. They thrived in school, supported each other when the world tried to knock them down, and always came home to Ethan. But time, relentless as it is, took its toll. By the late 90s, Ethan's hair had turned gray, his back hunched from years of hard work. The girls, now young women, began to leave, college, careers, marriages. The once bustling house fell silent. On the night the last daughter moved out, Ethan sat alone, gazing at the framed photo of them all as toddlers, lined up like pearls. In the stillness he whispered, "I kept my promise, Claire." The years passed and the girls built their lives, teachers, nurses, artists, mothers. They found their places in the world, but they never strayed too far from Ethan. But would he ever truly let go? Each holiday they returned, filling his modest home with so much life the walls seemed to pulse. And every time Ethan sat back, eyes brimming, amazed at the miracle he'd been brave enough to create. Now, 46 years later in 2025, Ethan sat in a grand armchair. The lines on his face told stories of time, his body frail, but his eyes still sharp. Surrounding him were 9 women, no longer girls but strong, confident women in matching cream dresses. Their arms draped over his shoulders, faces close, smiles blooming. Cameras flashed. The world watched. Headlines ran across every screen. In 1979 he adopted 9 black girls. See them now. But for Ethan it was never about the headlines. It was about this moment, the circle complete. The babies no one wanted had become women the world admired. And he, the man everyone had doubted, had lived to see it. Maya, one of the daughters, leaned close and whispered, "Dad, you did it. You kept us together." Ethan's lips quivered as he smiled. "No," he whispered back, voice fragile yet steady. "We did it. Love did it." The room fell still. Each daughter leaned in, surrounding him. 9 powerful women surrounding the frail man who had chosen them when no one else would. And for the first time in 46 years, Ethan allowed himself to cry freely. The promise wasn't just kept, it had blossomed. If this story moved you, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more powerful, emotional, and unexpected tales. We'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment and let us know. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.